Oh gosh. No. Cat's always trying to jump up here. Oh God. Me oh my. Me oh my. All right. Desmond says hi. Albert says hi. Manu Banyama. Yeah, we got to talk about that. Let's just start. My cat is trying to find a way to get up here. It's like this every single time. As soon as I start talking, here she comes. Hold on. Put my charger. Charge this thing. There we go. All right. What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's popping? What's popping? There she is. There she is. The starting lineup the Spurs had tonight is the lineup they need to go into the season with. Said this was the perfect lineup from day one after the lottery. Yeah, for sure. Also, there's something I said, and I think it got misconstrued a little bit. Misconstrued? I don't know. So what I said about the San Antonio Spurs lineup, or the team that we have right now, is that it's stupid versatile, like very versatile, and we have so many different people that can take the ball down the court, and so many different people that can facilitate and initiate the offense. All that is true, but I think it got misinterpreted as me saying that we don't need a point guard because the traditional point guard is dead. I still stand by the fact that the traditional point guard is dead. But I've also said that I think the Spurs are missing that guard that can not only initiate a little bit, but also score like at crazy numbers and just be an overall heliocentric type of guard. We're missing that, obviously. And going into next draft, we can get that. I don't know. I don't think that was too contradictory with what I said, but I saw a few people saying that what I was basically saying is that we don't need a point guard and it's just cope. And it's like, no, we still need a point guard. I mean, it's the same with that's why I brought up Primo. When I talked about this, I brought up Primo because I thought that he would be that, or he could become that. But unfortunately, you know, what happened is what happened, and we got to move on. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. The Spurs look good. Wemby needs to get easy looks to get himself going. I think, yeah, not just easy. I mean, every look is kind of easy for Wemby. I think Wemby just needs to go in more of kind of a stretch big right now. You know, pick and pop type. And that helps him get going offensively. But, man, when he's loose, he is loose. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring up... We'll go ahead and bring up the stats. Spurs stats. And actually, when's the next Spurs game? Is that the last preseason game? I know we play Mavericks on Wednesday. Oh, no. We got the Warriors this Friday at 9. Okay. All right. That's cool. I actually have to complete something so I can upload it that Thursday for the Spurs. But, okay. Let's take a look here. This isn't what I'm looking for. Hold on. Let's go to schedule. We should be 2-2 now. All right. Oops. Should we focus on... Who should we focus on? I don't know if I really want to focus on the full roster. Let's see. Oh, Wemby went 3 for 10. I didn't even notice that. Let's see. Let me look up this really quick. Let's go to Twitter. 5 seconds. I feel like we can get away with that. 5 seconds. We can get away with that. All right. All right, chat. Listen, Lion says I can see this team winning. I can't tell what that says because something's blocking it, but I think 31 to 35 games this year. I definitely think that they'll be under 500, as you stated, and I think it'll be high 30s. But I'm thinking 35 to 38, honestly. But man. So I don't want to really talk about the team as a whole. Everybody played fairly well. I think one thing that kind of worried me a little bit was Zach Collins. Honestly, like these stats that are posted, I think sometimes they're a little off. Zach Collins going 3 for 6 doesn't feel right. 3 points, 1 for 2. I feel like he missed more shots than that, or maybe the shots were that poor that it just seemed like more. I don't know, because the other night Wemby had 4 blocks, but ESPN posted that he had 3. I don't know if they're necessarily keeping up with the preseason as well as they do once the regular season hits. That's fine, but it does bother me just a little bit. But I wanted to talk about Wemby, obviously. Obviously, I want to talk about Wemby. We can talk about Jeremy Sohan a little bit after briefly talking about Wemby, and Devin Vassell as well after talking about Wemby. So this was actually his worst showing of the preseason, which I kind of expected it, especially after he just got going with those first 2 games and then had the break with the third one and then coming into his fourth one. I wasn't that shocked that he would be a little rusty. He hasn't played that much basketball, NBA basketball, and I wasn't shocked because this was his first time with what the roster more than likely will look like, what the starting lineup would more than likely look like. So it seems like, I could be wrong, but it seems like Popovich is going to go with Jeremy Sohan at point, and we roll with that. I guess it was just a little too difficult to figure out, do you put Keldon, do you put Sohan on the bench? Now I'm pretty convinced that neither one of them really should come off the bench with how this team is constructed. And you have so many different people that can come in and initiate the offense that I'm not necessarily too worried about it. But Wembanyama, dude, God almighty, this guy did phenomenal. So one thing that I noticed is when the game really started getting close, I think the Spurs were only up by 8 or 9, maybe 7. The Rockets had came back. Wemby, even though he was struggling all game, he came in with the clutchness and he hit a huge 3, and the Spurs did not look back since then. I believe it was in the third quarter, and it was a beautiful sight to see. So I love what I saw from Wemby as far as clutchness. We already know that if you kept up with him in France, you know that he has that clutch gene. His previous coach called him a Mamba clone. Essentially, he said he reminds him of Kobe. So we'll wait and see. Obviously, it's going to be many more tough games than a preseason game versus the Houston Rockets, who are kind of garbage. It's fine. So we'll just wait and see. But overall, I did like what I saw from him. I like the adjustments. That's one thing that's really great about Wemby. He can adjust on the fly. That was another thing that his trainers talked about, how quickly he learns from his mistakes. He can do it mid-game. He can do it mid-training session. It's really impressive, and he showed it in this game. Now, one thing that I absolutely love is the fact that I'm not the first one to say this, but there's no guarding Wemby. Like, there's literally no guarding Wemby. I mean, there's nothing you can do. He goes up, he shoots, and you got to either foul him or you got to just kind of do a mild contest just so your coach doesn't get mad. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. And one thing that I thought was interesting, we'll have to go and actually watch it, and that'll be a separate segment or whatever. But one thing that Devin Vassell said after the game was, I told Wemby, all you have to do is just go straight up. You don't have to fade away too often. Go straight up. It's going to be a foul every single time because they can't help but to go under you. I do like the idea. I also don't want Wemby to have a Kawhi moment, but that's fine. And I think you even get, isn't it like a technical now if you were to go under a player? Is it like a tech? Is it 2 shots in the ball back? You can tell me, chat. I'm terrible with the rules. I'm terrible with NBA rules. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's definitely a foul now. But yeah. Anyways, so really great stuff from him. I thought that he adjusted very well. Defense was as great as usual. Technical, sure, but after you're injured, yeah. I guess there's always that caveat, right? But defensively, he was on point as he always is. He had one block, two blocks total, one block in which I don't know how he got there. You just can't score around him. And once again, the Rockets offense looked very shook. Another thing that I love about Wemby is every single player, when Wemby's on the court, every single player gambles. And that's totally fine because he has such good recovery and he takes up so much space and he's so quick on his feet that you can manage to gamble. And it just makes this team so dangerous. I'm expecting the San Antonio Spurs to get so many turnovers. Oh, wait, maybe that's why I thought Zach Collins scored worse. It was the turnovers. I knew he had a bad game. That's where it came from. But yeah, anyways, besides the point, he just really affects everything defensively to the point where I saw Devin Vassell taking more risks. I saw Keldon taking more risks. Keldon looks better defensively, by the way. But just overall, everyone was taking more risks. And you can even see here, Zach had a steal, Sochan had a steal, Keldon had a steal, Wemby had a steal. I thought Devin had one. I guess it was a near steal, but really impressive stuff from everybody, and I really liked what I saw. So, and obviously we got to talk about this. This nutmeg, come on, bro. Like, what do you do? I mean, serious, what do you do? What do you do? That's Reggie Bullock, by the way. What do you do? That was absolutely ridiculous what he did to Reggie Bullock. And then and that was so frustrating too, because Wemby had that nutmeg, which was incredible, but then he passed it off to Bassey and Bassey didn't finish. He got fouled, but he didn't finish. And then it was another play in which the ball was going out of bounds and Wemby literally does another Manu Ginobili type move to the corner for Devin Vassell, and he missed the three. Hold on, let me see. I know somebody probably posted this. Let's see, Wemby pass. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, did this. What is that? And then he bricked it. What is that? That's not fair. That's not fair at all. Oh, sorry. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I mean, oh my goodness. What do you do? It was so sick, so nasty. Somebody said, come on, or Nate said, come on, this no look pass from Victor Wembanyama is absolutely mind blowing. He's falling out of bounds and puts it on the money to Devin Vassell. He is so good. He is so freaking good. And I think that he's going to look even better once he gets used to playing with the guys that he's playing with. Because right now, even though I don't think this is on purpose, by the way, I don't think it's on purpose. But right now, it seems like everyone else is more so taking on the scoring duties, especially Devin Vassell. I know Keldon only took 3 shots, which see that doesn't seem right. I feel like he took more than that, but whatever. He only took 3 shots. Sochan took 5. Zach Collins took 6. Vassell took 14. And it seems like they are distributing a little bit, and it's based on whoever's open. They're not necessarily just force feeding Wemby right now. There was a few plays in which they, said, hey, there's the mismatch. But for the most part, they weren't forcing it to Wemby too much. But when Wemby got the ball, he let it fly. He absolutely let it fly. But I'm with what Vassell had to say. He's just basically saying, dude, you don't have to do too much. You can stand still, honestly, and still get a good shot off because they can't help but to close in on you. And in the NBA, that's a foul every single time. And I think that Wemby's still adjusting from the French league into the NBA. Somebody say, yep. Also, why is Spurs sending the B team when the game is on the line? This happened in the last 2 games versus the Rockets in the 4th quarter. It's because it's preseason. Yeah, by the end of 3rd, I was not expecting to see like Wemby or Vassell or anybody else. And honestly, you want it that way. It's the preseason. These games don't matter that much. And you want the B team, as you said, to have that experience near the end. So they can deal with it. Once the regular season starts, I understand that this team's going to need it as well. But I mean, Sochan's got a little bit of experience there from last season. Keldon got the experience. Vassell got the experience. Collins got the experience. Wemby will be the only one out of the starting lineup that doesn't. Why risk an injury when it's preseason? Like, don't even worry about that. I wouldn't be surprised if. Well, no, I would be surprised if Wemby doesn't play against the Warriors. I think that's actually a really good team to go up against. Even though I doubt the Warriors will be playing a lot of their good players, but I think it'll be good nonetheless. Because the Warriors are thinking championship, playoffs. That's where their mind is at. If we were in their position, we would be doing the same thing. I love when Wemby has a bad shooting game and still impacts the game so immensely. His mere presence is just insane. The gravity he has on offense just opens up the court so much. Yeah, him and Vassell are going, and I know I didn't talk about Vassell so much because this is just nothing new. Like I said, I feel like he already made the huge jump. I think a lot of people are going to look at him this season and say MIP, but I feel like he already made that jump. It's just that it's unfortunate that he didn't get to play a lot last season, but he already made that huge jump. So I don't know. But him and Wemby are going to really gel together. Devin Vassell's backdoor cuts, his basketball IQ as far as finding spots on the floor is just top notch. And then Victor Wembanyama's ability to pass and find the open guy, because he can just look over the entire defense with great touch. It's just going to be a match made in heaven with these two. Sohan's the glue guy. Keldon is kind of a spark plug. Wemby and Vassell, I think, are going to be our two main scoring options once the season really gets to go. And I really think that all the Spurs are really missing is just a star caliber point guard. You don't need a traditional point guard. Anybody can initiate the offense with what we've seen. Sohan, Keldon, Wemby, Vassell, Trey Jones, Malachi Branham, all these guys can do it. Sidi Sissoko, but we haven't got to that point yet. He's going to need some work. But all these guys can do it. And I just think that you just need that star caliber player. Yeah. What did you say? Also, looks like we're both right. Oh, wait, let me read whatever you said before that. Wemby needs to learn to close games. That's true. That's true. But Wemby also had a, like I said, when the Spurs, when that gap got lowered to think about 9-8 points, he hit some really clutch shots. Also, keep in mind that Wemby isn't a typical rookie. Okay, now he needs to learn like NBA speed and going against high caliber talent, and how do you adjust to that and all that good stuff. As far as Wemby as a professional, he has been doing this for a while. He is not coming from just college. Like, he is the league in which he played with. He was on a team that was absolute trash. Okay, they were dog water. They were garbage. And he came and he even said himself, I was in charge of so many different things. I had to make sure that we were on point when it comes to training. I had to make sure everyone was eating what they needed to eat. I was recruiting. I was even a GM. So he has been in a position far ahead of most rookies coming into the league. So I'm not really worried about him closing games. I've seen him in the French league against pretty good talent and be able to close games. I think that it's more so him just adjusting to the speed of the NBA rather than a mental thing or anything like that. Like, he'll be able to learn pretty quickly, and I think it'll translate very well. I think right now Wemby is doing a little too much because in the French league, the fouls aren't the same as the NBA. Let me see. I love how when Wemby had it. Oh, wait, we already read that. No, it was something else that you said. Looks like we were both right, Clan. Sohan and Keldon started. Yeah. Funny enough, what I thought that Pop would go with, I think what I said was Keldon would go to the bench. What I wanted was this. This is the lineup that I actually wanted, was for all these guys to be on the court together. I just didn't think that we would actually do it. And honestly, Trey Jones, I will say this, even though in this game, this is another thing. It says 1 turnover. I feel like he had, maybe it was just some bad shots. Okay, he had 4 missed shots. Maybe that's what I'm thinking, that I felt were turnovers, basically. But I did think that usually when Trey Jones is running the offense, it does look a little bit better for obvious reasons than Sohan. But I think Sohan starting at point will be huge for us in the future. Now, Sohan isn't our future point guard. Okay, I don't believe that. I don't think that that'll be the case. Okay, but I do think that experience in running point guard as much as possible just gives us more versatility when the Spurs are ready to be a championship caliber team. I think it's going to come in handy. And it's another thing too, when you have that type of versatility, you can adjust so many different things once you're going against specific teams. So maybe it might be a game where Sohan starting at point is the best possible option. But then it might be games where Trey Jones running point guard for a majority is big. Go get Luka. That's also a possibility if you really think about it. Luka is not happy where he's at. and the San Antonio Spurs would be able to get him once, I think, for because how much? Hold on, Luka Doncic contract. I should have went to Hoops Hype. I don't like going to this one. Let's see. So he has a player option 2026. I think the Spurs can make that happen. I mean, he's an unrestricted free agent. Right around he's hitting his prime. And around that time, I think the Spurs would be a playoff team, right? We think in 20. Because post 2025 is going to be really nice. Because we should get some really good picks there. And I think they'll be a playoff team around this time. So, yeah, I can see Luka coming to the Spurs. The problem is how much. You give Luka whatever. I don't know. You figure it out. I don't know. Also, he wouldn't have to travel that much since he's already in Dallas. More than likely has a home in Dallas. So I think it'll be good. I think it's a match made in heaven. That would be the perfect player to pair with Wemby. So we'll wait and see, but I think that would be something pretty nice. But let's not dwell on that. That's so far in the future. I don't think that'll be anytime soon. He's gonna follow Dirk's footsteps and just stay in Dallas. He doesn't. I don't know, man. He doesn't seem that happy. Get him the summer of 2024. Trade the Atlanta picks. What's Dallas going to do? Wait. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. It's going to take more than those Atlanta picks. That's the only thing I'm worried about is will we have the assets to, I mean, I guess we have so many picks for the future. I guess we would have it if that's what they want. It's really depending on what Dallas will want. Not enough from Dallas' point of view. Yeah, because if you're gonna trade Luka, you want some actual, like, some real good talent, I would think. But maybe they will say full on rebuild and maybe you do a 3-team trade or something like that. I don't know. They're gonna want a lot. I think so too. But that's what I'm saying. I would just wait for him to have that player option, go into free agency, all that good stuff. And then we can grab them. Around that's like perfect timing too. We just have to be patient. That's like perfect timing. Let's tank again. The funny thing about it is, like, I'm not even worried about the tank. I'll be cool if the Spurs lost a bunch of games this season, only because 2024 we can get, we have 2 lottery picks more than likely. Because I think the Toronto Raptors protected 1 through 6. We'll probably get 2 lottery picks. I'll be cool with that. And next year, I think the lottery picks are very good, but it's not as much depth as this season. So, if you're going to pick in next year's draft, you want to be high in the draft for star point guards. I'm totally cool with that. I'm cool with it. I don't think the Spurs should tank, but if they lost a bunch of games, like, I'm not tripping. It's all right. Not going to lie, Clan, I really wanted Austin Reeves. We don't have a real point guard. The one guy we have is Trey Jones. Is coming off the bench. Very frustrating. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily think that a traditional point guard is what you need. And I don't want, because we were going to get Cameron Payne. He would have been a decent point guard for us, but he would have just been a placeholder. I completely agree with you. But as far as, like, what a real point guard consists of today is so much different than what it used to be. But if we can just get some type of heliocentric player, like a Luka, not necessarily Luka, but that would be great. I think that is possible. But, like, some type of player in the draft that can do a little bit of everything. I don't think Austin Reeves is as good as you will be hoping him to be. I'm thinking another star next to Wemby. We all agree that Sohan is going to be star in his own right, more so like a glue guy. Stats won't be high, but he'll be like a Draymond Green version of a star, right? And I think Devin Vassell, he'll probably be a star level, right? As far as a scoring option. But other than that, I mean, we don't have anybody, like, we know Wemby's going to be a superstar. I think getting Wemby another superstar, star to superstar would be huge, and you might be able to get that in the draft. Not 100% sure. If we got Bronny, we got LeBron James too. See, that's the thing. I don't know. LeBron said that he would go to whatever team or whatever, but didn't he just sign a contract? A new contract extension? A 2-year. He just signed a 2-year. Is Bronny coming into this next draft, or is Bronny coming into 2025 draft? Do you guys know? Do you know, chat? Let's see, Bronny James. I don't know when he... 2024? Yeah, he's supposed to, yeah, okay. So yeah, he's supposed to come in 2024. So I don't know. I mean, I guess afterwards, well, I guess that's what he meant, right? Bronny goes 2024, he plays 1 year, then he goes to whoever is there. I thought he was saying he wanted to go at the same time, but I guess it doesn't really matter, right, for him. If you're a franchise, you get a LeBron James who's 41. We don't know. We could get the same LeBron James we've seen the last couple years, which is really great product. Or we could get him not being as great by the time he's 41. Would you take LeBron no matter what if you had Bronny? I mean, I feel like franchise would do it no matter what for money purposes, right? But like, I don't know. I don't want LeBron. I don't think it's worth it. Let's see. LeBron's free agent 2024. Okay. Well, he has one more. Well, he has that player option. I don't know. What? Leo, Devin can create his own shot, though? What do you mean? Yeah, he can. We're going to get a star guard in the draft. That's a great vet. Yeah. I don't know, but good stuff. I'm sorry, kind of got off topic. Wemby was great. I love what I saw, and I am very much so looking forward to what the future holds. By the way, there were so many people stealing rebounds from Wemby. I was like, oh my goodness. Sohan stole about 3 of them. But yeah, gonna be good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. All right. So let's see. There was something else I wanted to go over. Let's see here. Oh, did the Spurs actually only... Okay, they actually genuinely only interviewed Pop and Vassell. Okay. All right, so I had this on... Wait, hold on. That's funny you mentioned that, Armando. It says, do you have any new merchandise? In fact, I don't, but I will. I will soon. But if you guys want to support the channel, link in the description for that. Go to clanthemerchfan.com and get yourself some merch. I got so many different options. If there's something that, if you want to see more, you scroll all the way down and you press view all products. And then there's even more that you can see. And then there's multiple pages. Yeah, I've been working on these for a good minute, a hot minute. So if you guys want to support the channel, please do. Link in the description. All right, let's take a look at this video. So we'll look at the Greg Popovich one and see what's going on there. So 16 minutes ago, I'll be honest, this is not a live react. I actually listened to this in the background. I had something I had to do and I was listening to it in the background. So I might not have caught every single thing, but I did listen to some of it. But yeah, let's listen to it and react. Hold on.
Ask him quick. I don't have a whole lot of time. I got to go celebrate. Becky Hammond and the Aces. It's like Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. It's Becky and the Aces. Fantastic. I thought about getting booted tonight because it was exactly the same time, but I just thought this has to be my priority. But it was close. It was close. Congrats, Becky. Yeah.
2 championships She's a WNBA legend.
Yeah, baby. Good stuff. Anybody got anything? All right. Quickly. I got.
All right, let me go back.
Already. But it was close. Congrats, Becky. Yeah, baby. Good stuff. Anybody got anything? All right. Quickly. I got to go get some wine. Can I say that?
What do you think that big lineup is? That the unit you use on
The big line. You mean the starters tonight? Yeah. I mean, they better play well, or we're in trouble. I mean, those are the big guys. They're tall. They're big. They're going to start, and they're getting used to each other. Trying to figure out where to be in relation to the perimeter players. I think, there's some things that are better. I think mentally we just haven't, we're not mature enough to understand that it's a 48-minute game. It got easy there in the first quarter, the start of the second quarter. We turned it over, stopped moving, stopped cutting, and they're young. And that's where we have to be on top of them so they realize that.
That happens often, dude. That happened all last season. It was like the first 2 quarters, the Spurs will look pretty good, but then not realize that the other team is going to make adjustments, and the third quarter is going to be the toughest quarter of the game, and then they just fall apart. But yeah, these preseason games has been a little earlier than that. But also, when the third quarter hits and you're starting to put in other guys, I mean, it's going to be difficult to keep leads. But yeah, I agree.
When we played 20 minutes tonight, how is the end of the rhythm of the NBA?
How's the rhythm?
How when we enter the rhythm of the NBA after playing
I don't know what he's saying. I think it's the accent. Hold on.
3 games?
How's he adjusting to the NBA? I'm sorry.
The rhythm of the game and the physicality and all
I don't know. You saw him.
Oh, how is he adjusting to the rhythm of the game? Okay.
What do you think? It is what it is. I mean, he goes and plays. He's a good basketball player. He's fine. The NBA's got nothing to do with it. It's basketball.
Tavarius says our bench unit defense is awful. I don't know. I don't know if it's all. It's like this, okay? Like as the season goes on, I think our starting lineup, when Wemby is in the game, okay, I'll just say that he makes our defense from mediocre to good to great to elite. Like it's like in that range. Like it probably goes from good to elite. Like there's a couple tiers here that the defense improves when he's on the court. When he's off the court, I think that we're seeing a team that's more so just okay to good defensively. Like they're not bad. They're okay to good. So yeah, I think it's just Wemby. I think you're kind of getting whiplash because once Wemby out of the game, it makes our bench look even more terrible. You said Malachi, Osman, Doug, it's bad. I think right now we're just, putting all these guys together. But as the season goes on, a lot of these guys are going to get more minutes than they actually are. I mean, this game, let's see. Like, for instance, let's just look at Sohan. I mean, Sohan had 21 minutes. You really think that he's going to get 21 minutes, like, once the season gets to go? I mean, unless the Spurs are just blowing someone out immensely, he's going to get more minutes than that. It'll be close to the 30. So you won't see these lapses as frequently as you did. So, and our defense on the bench is not that bad. It's just that them playing together, you can kind of mask some of the bad defense from some of these players when you have someone that's at least one person out there, or a couple. I won't say one, at least a couple players out there that are good defensively. So I think it'll be all right when it's all said and done. It's not that big. It just looks worse right now because they're all together, right?
He's smart, and he's understanding how game.
Tavarius, what are you talking about? I need to see Vassell's defense improve. Vassell's defense has been really good at these few games. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean. I mean, he's gambling quite often, but when you have Wemby out there, I mean, the whole team is gambling. I don't know what to say that. I think his defense is pretty good. He's at the very least maybe our third best defender, probably.
Are called. He understands that, he's got a lot of attention on him, and it doesn't bother him. He just plays. Anybody else? You can ask anything you want. Well, she's not special because she won championships. She's special because she's Becky. The same reasons why I hired her. She's a competitive coach. She understands the game. She's great with relationships. She suffers no fools. She's fun to be around. What else could you ask? Oh, sure, he's got some of that in him for sure. And if you didn't notice, I kept zipped. I did not speak because Manu taught me that. Okay.
What? Oh. Wait, what happened? Hold on. Can we see the pass between the legs by Wemby again? Hold on. Can you guys, what are you talking about? I know Wemby had a behind the back pass. He had the nutmeg. Between the legs pass. Because they just said between the legs pass. The chat just said between the legs pass. What are we talking? Are we talking about the nutmeg? We're talking about the nutmeg, right? Or am I crazy? Did I miss something? I know I didn't miss something. I watched the game. Because there's this. There's this pass. Which was sick. And then there was... the nutmeg. So what are we talking about? He's talking about the pass. Oh, between Bullock's legs. Oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. It's like between the legs. I was like, when did he do that? When did he do like a between the legs pass? That would just be unnecessary. There'd be no reason to do that. Okay. Pass to him. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we talked about that. And that is funny that Pop said, yeah, I didn't say anything. That's Manu taught me that. There's nothing to say. It was a good play. Good stuff. Nice. All right, let's look at Devin. I just heard the Discord. I literally just heard the Discord sound, and I don't know why. I heard it from my living room, which makes no sense. That makes no sense. Spurs have worse alley-oop passing. Keldon almost killed Dom. I think Jabari Smith got in the middle of that one, right? I'm pretty sure that was who got in the middle of that one. So it wasn't necessarily a bad pass. They just blocked it. All right, let's take a look at Devin Vassell and see what he had to say. I saw this one too, so this isn't necessarily a live react, but I had it playing in the background. So wait a minute. Mitch Johnson talked? I don't know if it's worth it. All right, let's listen.
My teammates are finding me, like I say all the time. Like, the coaches have a lot of trust in me, a lot of confidence in me. KJ found me a couple times, Big, Zach, Jeremy. So, it's not just me. They're finding me, and I just got to be ready to shoot.
When you started off hitting the deep one,
Mitch talked before the game? Okay. Yeah, I thought I saw in there 4 hours, so.
does that just get your confidence flowing from there?
Yeah, I think once I start shooting those, it just opens up everything. I can get to the lane, kind of just everything opens up, and then they got to come out to me. Everybody else is open. There's a couple of times where we just got to watch on film where they're trailing me a lot or they're trying to show a lot of attention to me. People got to just realize that and keep it themselves and, just make plays for themselves too.
You think because of the attention being paid to Big, you get better opportunities right now?
100%. He opens the floor for a lot of us. I keep talking to him about us just trying to make the game easier for him.
The problem with press conferences, dude, is like when you have to do them every single game, there's not many like good questions to ask. Like I'm not even mad at the interviewers here. Like I don't even know what I would ask. What's there to ask? I mean, unless you're talking about very specific plays, I think that will be interesting. Or if you're talking about like dynamic off the court, I think that will be interesting. That will give us some more information. Or if you ask like, hey, who's, I don't know, you probably wouldn't ask this, but like, who's your best friend on the team? Like, what do you guys usually do in your off time? Like, that's stuff that's interesting because in the game, this is the same stuff that we saw the last games. Like, there's nothing to really ask Devin. There's nothing. He's just answering the same question again.
And making the game easier for us. So, we're going to be in conversations all the time about it, but the presence that he has on the court, you got to be aware. You got to send a double or it's going to be a bucket every time.
said that this starting lineup tonight will be the starting lineup on opening night. You guys feel you can kind of surprise people with the big lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're a lot more engaged on the defensive end. I think that's one thing right now that I think you see night and day. I mean, I know it's only preseason, but I think we're all more engaged and just wanting to play defense. And I mean, we're trying to win. So at the end of the day, we're trying to do everything that it takes to win. So it's a great lineup out there. You know, it's our first real game together. I guess you could say preseason real game together, and we just got to keep building.
Just gonna ask with I know you don't have the quote unquote sort of the true point guard, but it seems like all of y'all are doing some playmaking. Is that something y'all are purposely trying to do a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we need really a true point guard. Like you said, everybody brings the ball up the court. If you find an open guy, get it to open guy. And a lot of times we're just moving on offense. We're just trying to find the right shot. So
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying earlier. Like the whole idea, do you need a true point guard? I don't think you need like a true point guard, like traditional point guard by any means. What you do need is maybe a heliocentric player that is star caliber. And I think that would be deadly. Like we talked about in the chat earlier, Luka Doncic is a primary example of something like that, right? I think that's something that you would need in the future. But as far as needing a like traditional point guard, or those days are kind of over, especially if you look at teams that are top tier teams, the teams that you're seeing in the finals or deep into the playoffs. They have the exact same setup. Like who's your primary point guard for the Celtics? I guess you can say Derek, but Derek isn't always bringing the ball up the court. It's Derek, Marcus Smart. You'll see Jason Tatum do it. If you look at the Memphis Grizzlies, you got Ja, now Derrick Rose. You've seen Baines do it. You've seen David Roddy the Body do it. So I mean, it's so many different players that can do that. You don't necessarily need a traditional. But yeah, Curry and Green kind of killed the true point guard play. Yeah. More teams are going in the direction of you have multitude of players that can bring the ball down the court and initiate the offense. And I think the Spurs noticed that, and they're going in that direction. So, man, and that's so funny because people always say like, oh, the Spurs are so old school, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they were kind of forced into being old school when you have DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge on your squad. Like, their games is just tailored to that. And no matter what you try to do, they're so far along in their career, it's going to be hard for you to adjust and make them a modern day player. Like there's nothing you can do with that. And I think that the Spurs have shown over the years that they're willing to adjust to what the NBA becomes. Same thing when they try to make Luka Samanic into something, right? Like they knew, hey, these unicorn type players, these are the type of players that you want on your team. They know what they're doing. So
you don't need anybody just bringing it up and getting one set. But I think Jeremy's adjusted really well with bringing the ball up and, you know, just getting us into our sets.
Victor obviously is a rookie. Like any rookie, is he going to have to learn and adjust how he's going to be officiated? What's called?
For sure, it's going to take him some time. I mean, he's going to make great plays, amazing plays all the time. But I mean, like you said, he's still a rookie. He's going to have his ups and downs, and we got to have his back through it all. So we're here for him. He knows that, and he just got to stay confident through this whole thing.
I guess the reverse of that, do you feel like officials are going to have to learn how to officiate?
For sure, I think that him shooting, a lot of times people get under him, and that's going to be a big emphasis. You know, they can't just land under him, and I try to tell him a lot of times if he doesn't shoot a fadeaway, he's damn near at the free throw line every time. So he'll learn the game. I think the game will slow down for him, and there's going to be times where in the bonus with 9 minutes left because it's just him just doing regular stuff like that, you know.
You've been vocal about having killed him back on the court. How has that been? How has it changed?
he also tailors himself to like younger players because I don't know. I know we talked about this before, but like kind of like the highlight culture. As far as like a lot of players are trying to be a highlight on ESPN, but I think the reversal is there too. You don't want to be on the other end of a Wemby highlight, right? So I think that younger players really freak out when Wemby's on the court, and they kind of overcompensate for the fact that Wemby's out there. So I think that he's going to be able to take advantage of that as well.
Big body. I mean, that's my dog for sure. I think it's just going to be an adjustment for everybody. I mean, today I was hitting. Next game it could be him. Next game it could be Vic. I mean, whatever the case may be, we all just got to feed off each other. I mean, we're not selfish on this team. We're not all just trying to be like, I'm trying to lead score. And like, it's never the case like that. So I think him coming out here, if you see how he's moving on defense and just him being disruptive on defense right now, is night and day from last year. And that's the stuff that we need. It doesn't matter about who scores.
True. His defense has improved. I'll allow some games to go by before I say a definitive statement. But I will say right now, I've been wrong about Keldon's defense. I didn't think that it would improve that much. I thought that it'd be more so improved because of Wemby. But I will say last game when Wemby didn't play, his defense did look better. So there's that.
So amount of points or whatever it is, it's just a matter of us winning.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you guys.
Good stuff. Nice stuff. Great stuff. 25 and 25. What? He didn't go 25 for 25. I don't know what you mean by that. Guys, I got to talk to you about something, okay? Can I talk to you about something really quick? It's really important. It's really important. I got to bring something up to you guys. All right? You listening? You guys listening? Bet US. Let's talk about Bet US. So big shout out to them for sponsoring this video and actually sponsoring the channel for the season. Means the absolute world to me. And if you guys are interested in doing any type of bets, all you have to do is follow the link in my description. You will get 125% bonus. What does that mean? If you put in $100, you will get a free $125 to play with, and that goes for any amount that you put in, essentially. One thing that I wanted to bring up is the basketball section. So I found that this was really interesting. One thing in particular, okay, all this is cool as far as 6 man of the year, betting on that, clutch player of the year, rookie of the year, all that's great. But Wemby's, so if you go to NBA Special and you go to Wemby, they have so many different scenarios here. So will he be over or under 17.5 points? It's so funny because I ended up posting something recently where I said, is he going to be over or under 22 points? And there was like 60% of you guys were like, yeah, he's going to be over 22. So you definitely, it would be like 100% saying he's going to be over 17. I don't know how people will feel after this last game, but hey, it is what it is. And if you guys want to know how to do it, you just click on the money line here, and the risk, I think for minus 165, you can only put 25 and you will get 15 if you win that in particular. So anyways, just wanted to bring that to your attention. They are very reliable, great stuff, and big shout out to them for supporting the channel like they have. Great stuff. I really appreciate the love. I really do. I truly do. Bet you got the bags. Let's see. I'm just saying this because sponsors might be watching, but Clan is a real one for saving my dog from that burning building. That's so funny. That's so funny. Clan going mainstream. Wait, man, swear if he start flooding with ads. Thus far, we got 2 sponsors, okay? We got 1 sponsor for the season, 1 sponsor for this upcoming month. So, yeah, we got 2 sponsors right now. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. Also, I'm not going to sponsor... Here's the thing, too. I'm not going to sponsor anybody that I feel like is, like, BS or absolute trash. But at least Bet US is very prominent. Like, they are prominent. I got one... I won't say their name, but I got one offer for a sponsorship months ago, and I just did not like it at all. I did not like what they were saying. I was like, this isn't good. This would be good. Does Texas allow bets now? Thought it was still illegal here. I'm pretty sure for Bet US, it's a go. I'm pretty sure for sports books, right? Pretty sure sports books is a little different, but like MMA fighters used to. Just watch some of Pop's post-game interview from today, and it seems like the lineup we got today is the actual lineup we're going to be using, not just an experiment. No. Yeah, I mean, we just reacted to it. Yeah. More than likely, that's what they're going to roll with. I'm not angry with that at all. Let's see. What else should we talk about? Let's go through my notifications. Let's go through my noties. Okay, I voted under 22, but tonight's game kind of changed my mind. He was off tonight and still got 15. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think 10 to 15 is a gimme. I mean, he went 7 for 8 from the free throw line. Like it's a gimme. He went 3 for 10. Don't call out the man for shouting out his sponsors. Hey. New merch for Christmas Clan. Let's get it. Yeah, I really need to, dude. I really need to add. I just haven't added anything. I've been so busy with other stuff, so I haven't added anything to the merch shop. I have a couple people that are waiting for their merch that I have to get ready, package, and send out. But yeah. Anyways, if you guys want to support, please do. This stuff gets wild like when the season's going, because I get so many and it's like, oh, it's overwhelming. A good type of overwhelming. Okay, I'm not upset about it. It's a good type of overwhelming, but it gets there, man. Where I'm sitting there creating or making shirts for a good chunk of my weekend. But anyways, if you guys want to support, yeah, please, link in the description for that. It's gonna be Christmas Wemby shirt or Wemby in his bag, Santa's bag. I'm in my bag. Maybe how can we do this? The Grinch. I want to do something Grinch related. See, Grinch stole Christmas. What can we do with that? Who rhymes with Grinch? No, I don't want to do that. Can we do like something pop related? By the way, can I do a mini rant? This movie is trash. El Grinch, wait a minute. This movie is absolute trash. Illumination is the worst. I mean, they are the absolute worst animation company. This movie was trash. I was so disappointed by this. This movie sucked so bad. God, dude, Illumination sucks. I hate Illumination. They did like one good thing and then fell off. They did, oh, Despicable Me. Oh, that's unique. And then they just like minions. Trash. God, I hate Illumination as a company. But yeah, this wasn't even like a Grinch. He wasn't even a Grinch. He was like, he was mildly annoyed. It was so irritating. This movie sucks. They even redid the song, and it was like, what? And then the lyrics of the Grinch, you get an idea of what he's supposed to be like. And this dude, this Grinch was nothing like that. And they still had the audacity to play the song. What's wrong with you? I hate this movie, dude. This movie sucks. God, this movie sucks. It doesn't deserve a 59. It should be way worse. I was just annoyed when I went to see this. And I was excited. I was like, oh, the Grinch. Okay. Yeah, the Grinch. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, this isn't the Grinch at all. I actually never watched Captain Underpants. Is it actually good? I remember reading it as a kid. This movie's a bomb. This movie's a not bomb. This movie's a banger. Teen Titans Go. This is a banger. This is actually a banger. It's a banger movie. It's a great superhero parody. Pop looking at #1 draft pick card and it says his heart grew 3 sizes that day. That's too much. Pawn shirt. Heard one today, kind of cringe. Wemby mentality. Nah. How the Grinch stole 29 Christmases. Tatum holding the Spurs lottery card with the caption, how the Grinch. Nah, that's too convoluted. I just can't do that. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Is there anything else to really talk about? I mean, I'm open for a few more minutes to talk, but I really don't think there's anything to really talk about. Let's see. Oh, I might be getting a. He said, "What did you have in mind?" So I'm emailing someone or messaging someone back. Might be getting a new profile picture soon from a follower. You know, people talk a lot of trash about WNBA, but WNBA is actually like really entertaining, especially when they get to the finals. It's nasty. It's nasty. Yeah, people talk trash about WNBA a lot. Oh, wait. Is this a new? All right, hold on. Jazz, hold on. Is this new or is this earlier? Because I do want to hear what Wemby has to say. Hold on. Do we have a new Wemby? Because I don't want to just see hers. I want to see if there's an actual... No? Hold on. Let's see if Wemby was wearing that same shirt. If it's earlier. No, I guess it is new. I guess it is tonight. Yeah, I think it is tonight. Okay. Let's see. We can take a look at this. It's not loaded yet. Clan, I'm so drunk right now. I hope you don't have work tomorrow. All right, let's see. Jazz says, I asked Wemby, has he surprised himself with skills he performed? His casual tone in his answer is funny to me because to him, he's just learning, growing while the world is constantly amazed at his abilities. Yeah, he's humble. Let's see.
Victor, you keep surprising the basketball community, but what have you done so far that has maybe surprised yourself that you didn't, a skill that you didn't know you had?
He knows he has every skill. Like, this is not an accident. These skills, this is not an accident. His passing ability out of double teams, for instance, that was considered a year ago. That was considered a major flaw of his. Everyone was talking about how that could be a huge flaw of Wemby going into the league. And that's like been a non-existent issue thus far. His passing ability has been top notch. In the French league, he's adjusted so much and he had to take on that role because of all the attention he was getting. So I don't think he's surprised by any of his abilities. We'll let him talk though.
Sometimes I practice whenever I'm just I improvise sometimes and surprise myself sometimes.
Oh, okay. He just said that he practices sometimes and surprises himself sometimes. I don't think he's that surprised by what he's capable of doing. He got a lot of swagger to him. And you know what? Before I ended up, like, I said that I felt like he was just as polished as Chet. I'm wrong. He's not as polished as Chet. Chet is more polished than Wemby right now. I think it's been apparent in these first few games. I don't necessarily think that means that Wemby won't get Rookie of the Year. I still think Wemby will get Rookie of the Year when it's all said and done with his statistics. I think that their stats, at the very least, will be close to each other. And I think from there, yeah, Wemby will probably get it. If not, Wemby will have better stats because Chet is going to have SGA. He's going to have to play next to SGA and stuff like that. So I just think Wemby will get Rookie of the Year, even though he's not as polished yet, but his potential is so much better. And I feel like the only thing Chet can do better than Wemby right now is maybe shoot. But everything else, Wemby like destroys him in, I think. Me personally, that's how I feel. But cool. Good stuff. Great stuff. Even. Not bad at all. You guys got any thoughts about this? 0 chance Vassell makes the All-Star game. Who said that? I don't know. He might. He'll get a lot of attention this season. He could. I don't think he'll be a starter. Shout out Becky Hammond and the Aces. I don't know why I just saw that and you were literally just sitting there with that comment this whole time, Ruru. Yeah, shout out to her. Wemby right now is already imperfect sale. I say we sacrifice Blake to him and get him to semi-perfect form. Let me look at all the sales forms. Dude, it's been a long time since I've seen that arc. It's also crazy to me that Akira Toriyama improvised all of this. Let's see. I gotta go back and watch it. It was horrific. Man, it's horrific how he was killing people. The manga is so much more... The manga is so much more graphic. I'm trying to show you, but... The manga is just so graphic. Anyways, I don't know. Yeah, off topic there. But yes, he is. Right now, Wemby is imperfect sale. That is completely true. Favorite anime, by the way. Are we playing on Wemby's birthday? Wemby's birthday's in January, right? Wembanyama birthday. January 4th. I know we play on the 2nd because I'm going to that game. Let's see, Spurs schedule. Yeah, we are. Against the Bucks. It's going to be a good game, too. So hopefully he can get the W on his birthday. But it's nice because after that, he has a 3-day break. So he gets to celebrate that night. He'll be 20 years old. He's a youngin'. He's going to be a youngin'. That's crazy. I'm literally 10 years older than Wemby. That's crazy. Says not loaded yet. Let's see. Let me make sure it's still not loaded. Yeah, I ain't worried about it. I don't really care anymore. Does it matter? I mean, really, does it matter? If Wemby is imperfect sale, Pop is definitely Dr. Giroux. I see stuff like that makes me want to make a shirt of it, but I just know people aren't going to get it. Like, you do them charging up, everybody get it. They'll get it. But if I do the whole imperfect Dr. Giroux, that is so small. And I'll be spending so much money for the design and getting it. Like, ugh. And it'll literally be just like me. Like, it'll be me and like 2 of you that get it. What's the point? That's such a good idea, but it's like, what's the point? When Young Clan think he's old, but you're older than him. Hey, we all get older. All right, let's get out of here. let's get out of here. I have nothing left to say. As far as videos are concerned, we got, how many videos do we have that we need to, we got quite a few. We recorded 4 tonight, and there's a few other ones. I'll upload the Wemby discussion tomorrow. What's the new merch ideas? I haven't thought about it, but I probably really need to, because the season's coming up. It's probably bad of me not to have thought of something. Look, I got a Wemby song that I still got to record, and I want that done by the first game because I want to actually upload it. I want to upload it actually right after the game. That might be what I do. Wednesday night. Maybe Wednesday night, or should it be Thursday morning? We're gonna do Wednesday night. Let's do Thursday morning. I'm like, more I think about it, Thursday morning. The song better be out of this world. It's good. It's good lyrics. It's good. Now I just keep picturing Wemby as DBZ characters, like Piccolo with the arms stretched out. See, if I do one of Wemby with arms stretched out, it got to be Luffy. And that's what I'm thinking about. Probably something to do with Luffy. All right, guys, I'm getting off. I will get with you later. I will get with you later. Deuces.